Welcome everyone to another Phasmophobia video. Today we're going to be doing the weekly challenge, Paranormal Paparazzi. But we're going to be doing it on hard mode because the way that this challenge is, it's just too easy. So we're going to be doing it on hard mode. And what do we mean by hard mode? Well, let's do Paranormal Paparazzi with no evidence. That's right everyone, let's do it with no evidence. I think it's not too bad from what I've seen. The only thing that's a bit more difficult is that we don't have any smudge sticks, which makes one ghost impossible. But other than that, and it makes hunts a bit more scary. So I'm just going to bring out a little illustration here, ranking the ghosts by difficulty. So first off, black means it's basically impossible. Green means it's easy. Red means it's almost impossible, but not literally impossible. And yellow means it's medium difficulty. So, we have the easy ones, which are the Revenant, Yokai, Hunter, Onryo, Raiju, Moroi, Diogen, Thay. A lot of these, so the Raiju, Diogen, Thay, Hantu, Yokai, Revenant, very easy with hunts. And the Jinn also can be a bit easier with a hunt. However, I would be reluctant to face a Jinn face on without a smudge stick, but you do you. The Moroi is very easy because of the standard Moroi test. We have the parabolic microphone, so we can use that. And the Onryo, we can just do a regular Onryo test. Now, the Phantom, Jinn, Banshee, Poltergeist, Mare, Demon, Myling, Obake, the Twins, Shade, and Oni, these all are basically the same as usual. These I would all consider to be medium difficulty usually, and in this scenario, I would still consider them to be a bit more medium difficulty. And Oni might be a bit more scary to figure out because you don't have sandy pills, and the hunts are a bit more scary because you don't have a smudge stick. However, these are all still pretty much medium difficulty. Now, the Wraith usually is incredibly easy in no evidence, but in this game, it would be a medium-ish difficulty because we can't use salt. We don't have salt in this challenge mode. So instead, what we can use for a Wraith is to keep a motion sensor right at our feet so we can essentially judge if a Wraith teleports to us. And if we are getting teleporting behavior, then we can basically say that it is likely to be the Wraith. The other ghost that I would say moves up in difficulty, but is not impossible, is the Mimic. Because we have all three evidence automatically unlocked, I would be incredibly reluctant to actually use the video camera. And for this reason, I'm straight up banning the video camera. So with that, we can't really see mimic orbs, and we have to use changing behaviors to figure out a mimic properly, which would be incredibly challenging. Now, a spirit. We do not have access to the smudge sticks. Now, the smudge sticks are incredibly important in finding out a spirit due to the spirit test basically needing smudge sticks. What a spirit has as its weakness is that when you smudge it, it will not be able to hunt for the next 3 minutes. So what you do is smudge a ghost. If it hunts within 3 minutes, you don't have a spirit. If it waits more than 3 minutes, then it's likely you have a spirit. Again, it's not certain, but it's likely you have a spirit. But because we don't have smudge sticks, we can't do that test, and it basically is impossible to get the spirit. Now, one thing that we can do in terms of tactics to make a lot of these easier is basically you exploit the fact that we're given the monkey paw. So we can just ask for the ghost to be trapped and force an instant hunt with basically no consequence. If it is any of these guys, the green ones, then we basically have a free game. Otherwise, we have to put in a bit more work. But anyways, let's get back to the games. This should be pretty alright. Let's go on to what's the map? Bleasdale Farmhouse, which is, I'd say, a medium difficulty map. And remember, we don't even have to, we can die. And we still get and if we get the ghost, it still counts. As long as we do it no evidence. We're not gonna go for perfect investigations probably, but we'll see. So let's take you. Now, what is the first things we should take? You know what, why not? Let's take a flashlight. Let's be a bit more lenient. This isn't a proper no evidence. Wait, we straight up don't have the thermometer at all. Oh dear. Alright, so we're gonna have to find the room a bit old school style. And by old school style, I mean with our ears. So first, let's find the breaker. We have you. Was that over here? Is it in here? I think so. Do we have you? We don't have you. I think we might have a ghost in here. It's gonna take me a hot minute to find the breaker because I've memorized all the breaker spots on this map as of yet. So first I should explain why I think that other room is the ghost room, and that is due to the fact that I'm pretty certain I heard the ghost throw something from that area, and that paintbrush looks a bit out of place. I'm not sure about y'all, but that looks a bit out of place. I think we have breaker in the upstairs. Yes. We have a breaker up here. So now we are going to go back down. Let's turn on a few lights. It's not hunting a lot, so I'd say, yeah, it's not hunting, so probably not a demon. Yeah, look at that. It's out of place. Let's put you down. Let's get 2 more candles in there. Let's get 2 more candles so we can just instantly start an Onryo test. Want to get rid of Onryo as soon as possible. 1, 2. I should probably stay in the house, just in case. That's 1. And while we're at it, that's a 2nd. Remember, we also don't have any crucifixes, so if we get a hunt, then it's probably on Rio. Something to keep in mind, we also have this. Just down over here. Yep, We know we're not dealing with an Onryo because it blew out 3 candles and didn't instantly hunt. So that's the first one we can rule out. Oh dear, this is going to be a long game, isn't it? Nah, let's go crazy, guys. Let's go crazy. I wish the ghost was trapped. There's the hunt. I think we can conclude that's a Myling. The lights were blinking and we could not hear those footsteps until right towards the very end of that hunt. Oh boy, that is definitely a Myling. 100%. We don't even have to question that. Oh boy. So for context, with a Myling, what you will have is the Myling footsteps are incredibly quiet, and by incredibly quiet, I don't mean that they just reduce the slider on the footstep volume. What it is that for any ghost, there is a certain radius of which, if you are inside that radius of the ghost, then you'll be able to hear the ghost footsteps during the hunt. With the Myling, it's significantly reduced. So there is a lot smaller area that you can actually hear the footsteps. However, the electronic interference range of all ghosts, barring the Raiju and whatnot, but for a Myling and other regular ghosts are the same. So, essentially, because we didn't hear any speed up or the like, we can probably say this is more likely to be a Myling than a Raiju. And let's test our hypothesis. And there we go. A perfect representation of the Myling footsteps. Remember, when you are dealing with a Myling, what you want to do is try and listen to the footsteps, but also see when the electronics around you are being interfered with. And that includes the lights. If you're seeing light blinking, but you're not hearing any footsteps, or if you know the ghost is in an area where you should hear footsteps, but you're not hearing anything, then you're probably dealing with a Myling. Again, it can be very difficult to distinguish between a Myling and a Raiju, because with the Raiju, what will happen is that it will have a larger overall electronic interference range and the same footstep radius as a regular ghost. So they have two very similar abilities with slight twists. Put you right at our hiding spot. Let's find the breaker. Let's look back upstairs. We don't have a breaker upstairs. I believe, yep, we always spawn with a monkey paw. Alright, let's try and use the paramic to hear where the ghost is. We're not getting a lot of activity downstairs, so I'd probably guess that we have a ghost upstairs. Nothing looks to be out of place here. Nothing really looks to be out of place here. Yep, I think I know where the ghost is. Alrighty, that is a bit of a pain. We do have an attic Bleasdale ghost, which is not at all preferable. So now, what we can do, we're actually pretty lucky that we got to whisper that early on. We can actually start with a Moroi test. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring in a candle so we can start a preliminary Onryo test. Just gotta put that there. Hopefully the ghost will interact with it. Probably won't, because it's an attic Bleasdale ghost. And attic Bleasdale ghosts are notorious for being very interesting ghosts. And now that we've... Okay, used it once. Now that we've spent a bit of time in the house, if this is a Mare, we should expect our sanity to have dropped. And it hasn't... I wouldn't say it hasn't really. Let's spend another minute just cruising around. Actually, what we can do... I wish the ghost was trapped. So when you say I wish the ghost was trapped, what actually happens is it traps the ghost in its room, it traps you in your room, and then a minute later, after you say the wish, a hunt will start. Alrighty. Sounded normal speed, which is going to make this game a bit harder. Normal speed, so it's not you. It is not you. Ooh, can't say it's not you. We couldn't set up a proper Raiju test. Myling tests are unreliable across floors. And let's go see our sanity. If our sanity is completely messed up, then we probably are dealing with a Moroi. It isn't, so we'll rule out the Moroi because of the Moroi sanity test. And we have a hard ghost, everyone. I repeat, we have a ghost that will probably take at least a minute level of skill to figure out. Oh dearie me, this is going to be fun. Patricia. Alright, that's the second candle. not an on-Rio because it blew out 3 candles and did not start a hunt. This ghost is not doing much. Other than interacting with the rocking chair. Didn't throw much during the hunt. That's something we can be aware of. Did not throw much during this hunt, so I would be reluctant to say this is a poltergeist. No, it's not an on-Rio. Let's get a camera in so we can do a phantom test. Let's get to you. And what else should we bring in? So we know our sanity is about 90%, or 89%, which would be important. We'll bring another one of you in. Because why not? Patricia. The last name of this ghost. Patricia Moore. Give me a sign, Patricia Moore. Alright, that's the second whisper. Given the fact that this ghost is hardly roaming, I would be reluctant to say this is a banshee. Banshees roam a lot. Well, they roam to your location a lot. That's a third. It's whispering a lot. So, a quirky side effect of the Myling is that they whisper a lot. Much more than the average ghost. So if you have a ghost which is whispering 10 times a minute, then you might be dealing with a Myling. I think something I might want to do is get another motion sensor in here. Or another few motion sensors. Just so I can observe ghost location a bit better. We might also want to start with Sanity Loss Control. So our sanity at the beginning of this should be around 90. And as our sanity decreases, it should decrease at about 7 in a minute. Oh dear. Alright. We've spent some time inside the dark. Now, important, it turned the breaker off, so it can't be a djinn. Our sanity, yep, our sanity is just as I expected it. It's about 62. Oh, actually, I was expecting it to be a bit lower, but that's fine regardless. It's fine that our sanity is just about that. Actually gives us a bit of leeway to go back into the house, get the breaker back on, and go from there. So our sanity drain speed should be about 150% instead of the 200% that I expected. Something to notice that in the 4.5 minutes that we were inside the house, well, inside the dark, we didn't get a single roam to our location. We'll turn off the light in the ghost room so we can just spend another minute inside just to get our sanity down to below 60. I think that should be about right. Alright, we have our early hunter, which is very nice to know. I was only in the dark for about a minute, and the moment we went under 60, yep, we are under 60, we got a hunt. So because this is an early hunter, we can get rid of you, and you. So really we have the... And again, it's a bit hard to say if this is not a Raiju with 100% accuracy or not, but sort of have to go with what you have. With the information that you have. So what we're going to go do now is go back to our place. Hope we don't get hunted straight away. Okay, so I can say with basically 100% certainty it wasn't a Raiju because it went past our room and did not do any form of speed up. So, this makes it a bit tricky because this might either be a mare or a demon, and we can't know 100% for certain what this is. I'd say because it early hunted more than once, we can probably rule out the mimic because statistics, it's statistically improbable that it early hunted twice in a row when prompted. Now the thing was, when our sanity was above 60, this ghost showed basically no signs of it hunting. However, when we went below 60, the ghost instantly started to do a lot more. And one thing we can actually do to confirm our suspicions is turn on the light in the ghost room, because our sanity should still be above 40. And if we get a hunt whilst... yeah, our sanity is still above 40. So we get a hunt while the lights in its ghost room is on, then we should be dealing with a bear. Alrighty, that's too close of a call for comfort. What we're going to do now, put the light on in your room. And let's see if you still hunt while your light room is on. Or while the light in your room is on. We're going to wait here for a few moments. Because if this is a mare, then we should get no hunts at all. If this is a demon, we should get a lot of hunts. What do we know? We're not getting any hunts. I think we can conclude that this is a mare. Because now that the light in its room is on, we're getting absolutely zero hunts. Because with the mare, and I'll just stay in here just to test a bit more. With a mare, if the light in its room is off, then its hunt sanity threshold is 60%. If the light in its room is on, then its hunt sanity threshold is reduced to 40%. Now, because the light in its room was off before, it was able to hunt those few times. But now we are at about 49, 48, 47% sanity, and the room in its light is on, so it is unable to hunt. If this is a demon, it would have been incredibly aggressive and it would have hunted by now. Because we didn't use a smudge stick, and as we know, demons are incredibly aggressive when it comes to hunts. So we would have to be an incredibly unlucky player to be dealing with a demon here. But I'm pretty sure this is a mare. And there we go. There we go, everybody. This is a mare. Now, something to keep in mind, major tactics that we used in that second game was Sanity Loss Control, and that made us very confident in knowing that this was an early hunter, also knowing that it was normal speed, and also being able to basically stop it from hunting by just turning on the lights in its room. So, honestly, let's get a flashlight. I like this. I liked having you. I think this is the strike. Go with a paramic so we can hear stuff a bit more clearly. We'll get you, and we'll also get you so we know if it's a little teleporter ghost. So let's check for the breaker. Now, it was downstairs last time, so hopefully it's downstairs again this game. Okay. Thanks. We have a bone. Boop. We don't need a perfect game this game, so it's all chill, it's all fine, all well and dandy. Don't need to take photos. Let's turn you on. Let's turn you on. We're gonna have another attic Bleasdale Mare. Nothing out of place in here. An important thing to rely on if you're not using anything relating to temperature to find the ghost room is to make sure you're looking for things that are out of place. You want to treat this like a game where you are looking for stuff out of the ordinary, out of place. That's kind of aggressive. I have suspicions that we have a downstairs ghost. Okay, we have a whisper. I think you're in here. No, you're in the kitchen. Ah, you moved this door. Yes, you're in the kitchen. Hello, ghost. What is your name? Richard Skinner. Hello there. I'm gonna get a camera. This actually should make this ghost pretty easy to figure out. Well, if this is a hunt dependent ghost. I'm just going to set up the Myling test. Set up an Onryo test. Richard Skinner, give me a sign. You know what we can do? We can just get a hunt. It will just help us speed up the game, you know. Boop. I wish the ghost was trapped. Because the ghost is in that room, in the kitchen, it closed that door there. Something to remember is that our sanity is high, and we haven't been in the ghost room for long, so a Thay will be incredibly fast, and Moroi will be average speed, if that. Normal speed. Where's the ghost? I could not see the ghost. I could genuinely not see the ghost. Was it in my hiding spot? I think it might have been in the hiding spot. Oh well. So, okay. Well, what can we rule out? We know it's... we can actually... We've gotten a whisper, so we can test for Moroi. We know it's probably not you because we didn't hear any speed up. And it went by our electronics. We know it's not you, it's not you. We haven't tested you. It's probably not a Myling. Oh, I can't be 100% certain on that though. It's not you, of course. And it's probably not you because you were regular speed. I'd say that's all we can definitively rule out for now. It's not an easy ghost. But yeah. Let's stand in the light for a few moments. Let's put you up. Richard Skinner, give me. Okay. Open the door outwards. Richard Skinner, give me a sign. Richard Skinner, give me a sign. Okay, buddy. You can do this the easy way or the hard way. Choice is yours. Alright, that's the second. I'll light this, and I will take a step backwards in case this isn't on Rio. I'm not sure if you heard that, but that was a poltergeist. That was a poltergeist explosion, unless this is a mimic mimicking a poltergeist. Oh boy! Okay, what happened there is that you might have been able to hear about 7 or so items just got completely exploded at once. That's what we call a poltergeist explosion. Wow! That was a lot easier than I thought it would have been. Let's run it. And there we go. Well, well, well. We love to see it. Paranormal Paparazzi on hard difficulty. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this challenge. I certainly did. It honestly felt like it was a lot more fun doing it without evidence than it would have been if we used evidence. I'll be completely honest. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I want to see other people also try to do Paranormal Paparazzi on hard mode. You have a few days left, and I hope everyone enjoyed. Hope everyone uses this video as a guide to figure out ghosts with no evidence, and I hope to see everyone in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.